Walk into any used car lot right now and you'll see something absolutely insane. Cars that sold for $80,000 brand new are sitting there with $18,000 price tags. I'm talking fully loaded, massaging seats, premium sound systems, and nobody's buying them because people are terrified of maintenance costs. They think luxury cars are money pits, and for most luxury cars, they're right. But today, I'm showing you 5 luxury cars that completely break that rule. These depreciated so hard that you're getting $70,000 worth of car for used Camry money. And they're actually reliable. We're counting down from number 5 to number 1. And that top spot? It's a car with 640 horsepower that you can buy for less than a new 4Runner. Let's get into it. Number 5. 2016 to 2018 Maserati Ghibli SQ4. Starting at number 5, the Maserati Ghibli SQ4 from 2016 to 2018. Right now, you can find these sitting at dealers for $22,000 to $28,000. This car cost $82,000 brand new. That's a $55,000 price drop in 6 years. Here's what you're getting: a twin-turbo V6 making 404 horsepower, leather everywhere, a legitimate Italian exotic badge, and all-wheel drive for winter. So why did it tank? The badge scared everyone. People hear Maserati and think $3,000 oil changes and it'll break if you look at it wrong. But here's the thing. The Ghibli is basically a Chrysler 300 underneath, same platform. The engine? That's a Ferrari-derived V6, but the transmission is a ZF 8-speed that's in everything from BMWs to Jeeps. Parts aren't rare. They're common. Now, I'm not saying this is a Camry. You'll pay more than a Lexus for maintenance, but it's nowhere near as bad as people think. Oil changes? About $150. Brake pads? $400. That's expensive, but it's not $5,000 to change the air filter expensive like people claim. Here's what you need to watch for. The HVAC blend doors fail around 60,000 miles. If the AC blows hot on one side and cold on the other, that's the issue. It's a $700 to $1,000 fix at an independent shop. Also, check for oil leaks around the turbocharger seals. If you see oil residue, walk away. But if you can find a 2017 or 2018 Ghibli SQ4 under 50,000 miles for $25,000, you just bought an Italian exotic for Honda Accord money. And here's the best part. Because it depreciated so hard already, it's not going to lose much more value. You might even break even in 3 years. Now, the Maserati gets you the badge and the exotic looks. But number 4, that's the car drug dealers actually drove in the 2010s, and you can get one for $30,000. Number 4, 2013 to 2016, the Audi S6. You know what car was everywhere in rap videos from 2013 to 2016? The Audi S6. Blacked out, lowered, looking mean. This thing was the ultimate stealth luxury sedan. It looked like a boring A6 from the outside, but under the hood, a twin-turbo V8 making 420 horsepower. You can find 2013 to 2016 S6s right now for $24,000 to $32,000. They were $78,000 brand new. That's a $50,000 drop. And unlike most Audis that depreciate this hard, the S6 is actually solid. The 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 is the same engine in the RS7, the S7, and the S8. It's been around since 2012, and the major issues were ironed out early. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. All-wheel drive, quattro grip in the snow, and it seats 5 adults comfortably. The interior is pure Audi. Leather, real wood trim, Bang & Olufsen sound system, heated and ventilated seats. This thing is legitimately nice inside, but here's the problem that killed resale value: carbon buildup. These engines are direct injection only, no port injection to keep the valves clean. So around 60,000 to 80,000 miles, carbon cakes up on the intake valves and the car starts running like garbage. But here's the fix: walnut blasting. It's a $600 to $800 service where they blast the valves with crushed walnut shells to clean them. If the previous owner didn't do it, budget for it immediately and plan to do it again every 60,000 miles. The other issue? The turbos can fail around 100,000 miles. If they do, you're looking at $4,000 to replace both. But most S6s haven't hit that mileage yet. Find a 2015 or 2016 S6 with the Prestige package under 50,000 miles for around $28,000, and you've got a 420 horsepower quattro sedan that looks like an accountant's car but moves like a Porsche. But if you'd rather have a car that makes your passengers feel like royalty instead of just going fast, number 3 will make them think you're a CEO. Number 3, 2014 to 2016, Mercedes-Benz S554 Matic. Let me tell you about the scariest repair bill in the luxury car world. Air suspension failure on a Mercedes S-Class, $1,800 per corner. 4 corners means over $7,000 to fix. That's why the 2014 to 2016 Mercedes S550 4MATIC is selling for $28,000 to $35,000 right now. It cost $105,000 brand new. People are terrified of that air suspension grenade, but here's what the experts won't tell you. You can convert the entire air suspension to coil springs for $2,500. One time done forever. Never worry about it again. So let's do the math. $35,000 for the car, $2,500 for the coil conversion if you're paranoid. You're $37,500 into a car that would cost you over $100,000 new. What are you getting for that money? The S-Class is the flagship. This is what CEOs and executives drive. Massaging seats in the front and rear, a Burmester surround sound system that costs $6,000 as an option, soft closed doors, heated and ventilated everything. This is the most comfortable car you will ever sit in. The 4.7-liter twin-turbo V8 makes 449 horsepower, so it's not just a luxury barge, it moves. Now, the air suspension issue is real, but if you buy one under 60,000 miles and it hasn't failed yet, the odds are it'll make it past 100,000. The bigger gotcha, electronics. These cars have radar sensors, cameras, and adaptive systems everywhere. A backup camera failure, $800. The 360-degree camera system, $2,500. So here's the play. Buy one with under 60,000 miles where everything works. Test every single button and screen. Budget $2,000 a year for maintenance. Do that and you're driving a $100,000 car for the cost of a used Accord. And people will assume you're way more successful than you actually are. But if you want people to actually hear you coming from 3 blocks away, number 2 is the one. The exhaust on this thing is borderline illegal. Number 2, 2015 to 2017 Jaguar F-Type V6S. Press the sport button. The exhaust valves open, and the sound that comes out is the loudest, most aggressive, most hilariously over-the-top noise you've ever heard from a V6. This is the Jaguar F-Type V6S from 2015 to 2017, and it's the most fun car on this list. You can find these for $32,000 to $38,000 right now. They were $79,000 brand new. They collapsed because the Jaguar badge is worthless in America. People see Jaguar and think unreliable British car that'll leave me stranded, but the F-Type shares a ton of parts with Land Rover. The supercharged V6, same engine as the Range Rover Sport, and it makes 380 horsepower in a car that weighs 3,500 pounds. It's fast. The only real issue? The water pump can fail between 50,000 and 70,000 miles. It's a $1,200 fix. Not cheap, but it's a one-time thing. Also avoid 2015 models. The old infotainment system is slow and terrible. The 2016 and 2017 models got the updated in-control system and it's way better. Find a 2016 or 2017 F-Type V6S under 40,000 miles for $35,000 and you've got a car that sounds like a $150,000 exotic but costs less than a Camry. No, if you want the sound and the looks, get the Jaguar. But if you want 640 horsepower and the ability to embarrass Porsches at stoplights for $45,000, number 1 is about to blow your mind. Let's go. Number 1, 2016 to 2019 Cadillac CTS-V, 640 horsepower. Let me say that again, 640 horsepower for $38,000 to $48,000. The Cadillac CTS-V from 2016 to 2019 is the most undervalued performance car in America right now, and it's not even close. This car sold for $89,000 to $95,000 new. That's a $50,000 drop, and it has a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 making 640 horsepower. That's more than a Dodge Hellcat, more than a Corvette Z06, more than a Porsche 911 Turbo. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, top speed of 200 miles per hour. This thing will destroy cars that cost 3 times as much. And the best part? It's cheap to maintain. The LT4 engine is the same motor in the Corvette Z06 and the Camaro ZL1. Any Chevy dealer can work on it. Oil changes are $80. Brake pads are $300. This isn't some exotic Italian engine that needs a specialist. It's an American V8 that you can service anywhere. The interior is actually nice too. Recaro seats, carbon fiber trim, a solid infotainment system. It's not Mercedes level luxury, but it's way better than people expect. Now, there are 2 things to watch for. The rear differential can whine around 50,000 miles if the fluid wasn't changed. That's a $200 service. Do it immediately when you buy the car. And the magnetic ride control suspension can fail. If a sensor goes bad, you're looking at $1,500 per corner to replace it. But even if you have to replace the entire suspension, you're still only $50,000 into a 640 horsepower supercar. Find a 2017 or 2018 CTSV with the carbon black package, under 30,000 miles, for $45,000. And you just bought one of the fastest sedans on the planet for less than a new Toyota 4Runner. That is absolutely insane. You just bought one of the fastest sedans on the planet? That is absolutely insane. But here's the dangerous part about this market. Not every cheap luxury car is a hidden gem. Some of them are literal ticking time bombs that will bankrupt you in the first month. I just finished a video breaking down the 12 car brands you must never buy because they are going to be dead in 2026, no matter how cheap they get. Click the video on your screen right now before you accidentally buy a money pit. I'll see you there.